Hello students, last class we have discussed about refraction at spherical surface and we have discussed from refraction from rarer to denser medium and refraction from denser to rarer medium. Today we will discuss about lens maker's formula. So why it is known as lens maker's formula? Because we can make a lens of different power and different focal length. That is why it is called lens maker's formula. So this important question comes in council examination. Derive lens maker formula for a double convex lens. So what are the assumptions made in the derivation? First we will discuss the assumptions. First one, the lens is taken as thin. The lens is thin so that distance measured from the poles of its surface can be taken as equal to the distance from the optical center of the lens. The lens is thin so that distances measured from the pole of its surface can be taken as equal to the distance from the optical center of the lens. Second assumption, the aperture of the lens is small. The aperture of the lens is small. Third assumption, the object is considered as a point object lying on the principal axis of the lens. The object is taken as a point object and lying on the principal axis. Lying on the principal axis of the lens. And last one is all the rays make small angle with the principal axis, means the incident ray, the refracted ray make small angle with the principal axis of the lens. The incident ray and refracted ray make small angle with the principal axis of the lens. So these are the assumptions of lens maker's formula. Now the ray diagram. So we'll derive lens maker formula for a double convex lens. This is first surface, this is second surface. Suppose refractive index of material of the lens is mu2 and the lens is placed in a medium having refractive index mu1. Both sides has same refractive index mu1. O is a point object taken on the principal axis of the lens. OA is incident ray strikes first surface at A. If second surface were not there, then the image would be formed at the point I1. But refraction takes place at the second surface. That is where the final image is formed at I. So remember, for the first surface, O is object and I1 is image, and for the second surface, I1 behaves like a virtual object and I is the final image. Object distance U, V1, and this is V. So we'll discuss first refraction at first surface. So let you write O is a point object situated on the principal axis of the lens. A ray OA, that is incident ray, strikes the first surface at A. After refraction, it strikes on the principal axis at I1. But refraction takes place at the second surface B2. That is where I1 behaves as a virtual object and final image is formed at I. So at first we will discuss refraction at first surface. Refraction at first surface. So here the object lies in the error medium and refraction takes place from rarer to denser medium. That is why it is a case of refraction from rarer to denser medium. So as you know, for rarer to denser medium, we have formula mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by R. And here V is equal to V is equal to V1 and U is equal to U and R is equal to R1. Here first surface has radius of curvature R1. So you can write mu2 by V1 minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by R1. Now we'll discuss refraction at the second surface. Refraction at second surface. For second surface, I1 behaves as a virtual object and I is final image. So it is a case of refraction from denser to rarer medium. It is a case of refraction from denser to rarer medium. And as you know, for denser to rarer medium, mu1 by v minus mu2 by u is equal to mu1 minus mu2 by r. So here v is equal to final image distance, this is v, and u is equal to v1 and r is equal to r2. So we can write mu1 by v minus mu2 by v1 is equal to mu1 minus mu2 divided by r2, or this is equal to minus of mu2 minus mu1 by r2. This is equation number 2. Now we will add equation 1 and 2. Adding equation 1 and 2, we get mu2 by v1 cancel out, so we can write mu1 by v minus mu1 by u is equal to mu2 minus mu1, take common, into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, implies mu1 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to mu2 minus mu1 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. If the object is placed at infinity, if u is equal to infinity, then v is equal to f. So you can write 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. So mu1 by f is equal to mu2 minus mu1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, implies 1 by f is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by mu1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. If the lens is kept in air, if the lens is kept in air, then mu1 is equal to 1, this is refractive index of air, and let mu2 is equal to mu g, the refractive index of lens, material of lens, refractive index of material of lens. So we can write f is equal to focal length in air, f is equal to fa, focal length in air. So we can write 1 by fa is equal to mu g minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Mu2 is equal to mu g, mu1 is equal to 1, m is equal to fa. So we can write 1 by fa is equal to mu g minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is lens maker's formula. This is lens maker's formula. So remember, this is important question, comes in council examination as long question, 7 marks question.